Chapter 1 Catching Lightning in a Bottle. On a June day in 1752, a storm approached Philadelphia. The sky grew dark. As thunder rattled the windows, people ran inside. But in a house at the corner of Race and 2nd Streets, two people were getting ready to go outside. One was a 46-year-old Benjamin Franklin. The other was Ben's 21-year-old son, Willem. Billy picked up a strange-looking kite. His father had made it for just such a stormy day as this. A metal wire stuck out the top of the kite. A metal house key was tied to the end of the kite string. Ben grabbed a jar and put it under his coat. The pair dashed through the rain with the kite and bottle. They stopped when they came to a field. Billy ran across the field 3 times trying to fly the kite. Finally, the wind did its work. Up soared the kite, higher and higher. Soon it was just a speck in the clouds. Ben took the kite string from his son. Then they went into a shed nearby and waited. As Ben held the kite string, they both felt excited and scared. With his son's help, Ben was trying to answer an old question. Were lightning and electricity the same thing? Ben suspected that they were. He hoped that flying the kite in the storm would prove it. Ben believed that electricity and thunderclouds could cause lightning. The wire on their kite would draw electricity from the cloud. Benjamin hoped the electricity would run down the kite's string key. There it would make a spark that he would feel. But the experiment was dangerous. What if a giant lightning bolt struck the kite? The current might kill Ben and perhaps Billy as well. As the lightning flashed nearer, Benjamin touched the key. He felt no electric spark. He tried again. Still, he felt nothing. Finally, the storm seemed to be overhead. Ben and Billy held their breath as a black cloud swallowed the kite. Benjamin pressed the key. Nothing. Then, suddenly, he felt a tingle. He had felt shocks like this before in his lab. The spark from the cloud had electrified his kite. The spark had zoomed down the wet string into the metal key, where Ben could feel it. With Billy's help, he had proved that lightning was electricity. But the father and son weren't done. Ben took the bottle from beneath his coat. It was called a Leyden jar, and it stored electricity. The glass jar had a metal rod sticking out of it. Ben touched the rod of the Leyden jar with a key. Electricity flowed from the key into the bottle. When he finished putting the electricity into the jar, he reeled in the kite. Then Ben and his son went home with the kite and the bottle of electricity. News of the experiment spread. Ben Franklin became famous for proving that lightning was electricity, but he wasn't satisfied. Now he wanted to make lightning less dangerous. Within a short time, he invented the lightning rod. A metal rod was fixed to the top of a building. When any lightning hit the rod, it would run into the ground through a wire. The building and the people inside would not be harmed. Ben placed a lightning rod on his house. By the end of 1752, other Philadelphia buildings, including the state capitol, also had them. Lightning rods were later put up around the world. The kite experiment made Ben a famous scientist. His lightning rod made him a famous inventor. He was showered with medals and awards. Because Ben made lightning less of a danger, some people called him a magician or wizard. People who knew him laughed at such talk. To them, he was the same Ben Franklin they had always known. He was brilliant, to be sure, but he was definitely a man and not a wizard.